Hello students, I am here with another video from the chapter Light, Reflection and Refraction from class 10th NCERT book. Before starting today's video, I would like to tell you all that till now we have discussed about the word light, that it is a form of energy. Then we discussed about the nature of light, where we have seen that light always travels in a straight line with the help of an activity. Then we saw that there is a reflection. Light is always reflected back when it is going to strike any polished surface. Then we discussed about the types of surfaces, that is the even surface and the uneven surfaces. So the even surfaces always forms the regular reflection, whereas the uneven surface forms the irregular reflection or diffused reflection. Then we saw that what are the properties of the image which is being formed by the plane mirror, that it is always virtual, then it is erect, it is showing the lateral inversion. Now we discuss the word lateral inversion over there, that it is the right left reversal of the image of an object in its image. And then we saw that there are two rules which is followed by the reflected light. And then we have also discussed about the image formation in the various types of mirrors, where we have seen about the concave mirror till now. So in the last class I discussed about the rules which is followed by these images when it is being formed by the formed by the concave mirror. So there were 4 rules, and based upon these rules we have seen there are various positions of the images, there are various positions of the object where we place the object to obtain various types of images. Okay, and then lastly and then we discussed about the uses of the concave mirror. Now summarizing that only, in the next slide I will just tell you about the things which we have discussed, means what are the types of images which are being formed. So in the next slide it is the summary of the positions of the image which is being formed based upon the objects. Okay, so we just discuss about these all things, that whenever whenever the position of an image is at infinity, then what happens to it? When the position of the image is at infinity, then the position of the object will always be focused, image will always be formed at focus. Okay, and then the image will be the size of the images will be highly diminished, and it will be point sized. Okay, so we have seen that it is going to form a real image, an inverted image. Similarly, when the position of the object was at beyond c, means it was after the center of curvature, then we will see that the image which is formed will be real and inverted. Similarly, various other positions of the objects we have discussed, where we saw that these types of images we have obtained. Okay, so this was about the last class. Now we are going to discuss about the today's class in details, where we are going to discuss about the image formation in the convex mirror. As we have discussed, we have completed the image formation in concave mirrors. Now we are going to discuss about the image formation in the convex mirrors. So we go on to the first slide, which is showing you the summary of the image which is being formed by the concave mirror. So here we have seen in detail yesterday only that image when it is being formed, it is at infinity, it is always forming the real image. Okay, so it is always forming the real and inverted image. When the object is placed beyond c, when it is placed away from the center of curvature, then the position of the image will be between focus and the center of curvature. Okay, and the image will be highly diminished, and it will be real and inverted. Okay, except this last case, that is when the object is placed between pole and focus, the virtual and erect image will be obtained, whereas in all other cases real and inverted image will be obtained, whether the object is kept at infinity, or it is beyond c, or it is at c, or it is between center of curvature and focus, or it is at focus. Okay, so these we have discussed in detail, so it was just a revision of the image formation by the concave mirror. Now today's topic will be, these are the rules which is going to tell you about. Now we will discuss about the rules which is going to help you to draw the ray diagrams of the image formation of the convex mirror. Okay, so as we discussed the rules in the image while we were forming the image in the which was formed by the concave mirror, the same thing is going to be discussed here, because of which we are going to obtain the image in the convex mirror. Now the first rule is also same, but certain things are going to be different, because in the case of convex mirror, the reflecting surface is always the bulging out, means it is just it is coming, it is being tilted outwards. So what happens when the image is being formed, it is going to be formed at the back of the mirror. It is where we are going to form the image, it will always be virtual, means we are going to form the virtual image in this case. So for forming this virtual image, we need to know the concept of the rules which is being used for obtaining the image in the convex mirror. The first rule says that when a ray of light which is parallel to principal axis, it is like this, if it is parallel to principal axis, after reflection the ray appears to diverge, as it is a diverging lens, because this is a diverging mirror, as it is the convex mirror is always used for diverging the light rays, means the light rays will be reflected in many directions after the reflection. So what happens here, when the ray of light is parallel to principal axis as it is coming in this diagram, then what happens, it is going to strike at the mirror at certain point, then it is going to be diverged. Now after diverting, we will see that it is not going to meet anywhere in the real side. So what happens, we are going to extend the lines, we are going to construct the line and until the principal axis, with the point at which it is going to meet will be the focus of this convex mirror. So we talked about the various letters or the terms which are related with these mirrors. So concept of mirrors, that center of curvature, radius of curvature, focus, pole, parallel, this principal axis. So we already discussed this in the case of the concave mirror. Similarly here also the things will remain same, but in this case the focus will be the virtual one, as the real focus is not going to be obtained. So what happens, so the image will be obtained at the back side of the mirror. What will happen here, this rule is going to be the same, but the image formation, the image which is going to be appear will always be at will be inside this mirror. So what happens when the image is being formed, when the light is coming parallel to principal axis? So what happens here, so when the light is coming parallel to principal axis, it is going to pass through focus. Since there is no focus present here, so what happens, it is going to be it appears to cross, it appears to come from focus. Okay, it is going to go from focus. So here when the light ray is parallel to principal axis, will appear to pass from focus after the reflection in the convex mirror. Similarly, the second rule is that when the ray of light is directed towards the principal focus, means of a convex mirror, after reflecting it will emerge parallel to principal axis. Now the second rule, which was saying that when a light ray is coming, it appears to come from focus, after reflection it is going parallel to principal axis. Okay, so the arrowhead becomes different in this case. So what happens, if a light ray is coming from the focus, it appears to be parallel to the principal axis. This will be the second rule, but in the case of concave mirror, it was really passing from the focus, then after reflection it was parallel to principal axis. Okay, now this ray of light which is coming from the focus, which appears to come from focus, is always going to pass parallel to principal axis after the reflection. So this is the rule number second for convex mirror. Now we go on to the next rule, that is rule number third. The when the ray of light is directed in the direction of the center of curvature of the convex mirror, then the rays will be reflected along the same path. This occurs because the incident rays fall on the mirror along the normal to the reflecting surface. Okay, so here the third rule is saying that whenever the ray of light it appears to come from center of curvature will always be reflected back by the same path. Okay, so it means that when it comes from center of curvature, it is going back from the center of curvature after striking the mirror. Okay, so this was about the third rule, and we have discussed the same rule in the case of the concave mirror, where the ray of light was coming from the center of curvature. It appears when it is going to come from center of curvature, then it is going to pass from the same path after reflecting the surface. Okay, but in this case, what happens in the convex mirror, the reflecting side is the bulging one. So what happens when the ray of light is appearing to come from the center of curvature, it is going to pass back from the center of curvature again. Okay, so this is how we are going to see this rule, according to which the ray diagrams will be drawn. But make sure that you should always be knowing that what does this dotted line means, what does this solid line mean. So this is a solid line and this is a dotted line. So here dotted line shows you the virtual thing. Okay, and this is the real thing. So here this much you can see, but after this what is happening you cannot see. So this becomes virtual, and that is why it is drawn in the dotted line. Okay, so please remember what is the meaning of the dotted line here. So whenever you have to show any virtual thing, then you will show it with the help of dotted line, and solid lines are going to show you the real things. Okay, so whenever whatever the position of the image, whatever the position of the object in front of the convex mirror, the image of the convex mirror will always be formed at behind this mirror. So whenever it is forming behind the mirror, it is always be shown with the help of this dotted line. Okay, so please remember this. Now we go on to the next and the last rule, where it says that when a ray of light, means when an incident ray is coming and striking at the pole, means obliquely it is coming, it is going to be reflected back along the same angle. Okay, after striking it is going to make the same angle. So this angle I is equal to angle R. Okay, so in this case angle I is equal to angle R. So please remember this. In the case of concave mirror, it was the same rule was the same, that whenever a light ray is coming obliquely from somewhere and it is striking at some angle, with the same angle it is going to be reflected after reflecting the surface. So when a ray of light incident is oblique to the principal axis, then the principal axis and towards the pole of the mirror on the convex mirror, it is going to be reflected obliquely. Okay, so obliquely means with the same angle of incidence, with the same angle of reflection. Okay, the incident and the reflected ray follows the law of reflection. As why this is going to follow the laws of reflection, as you could see here, this principal axis is drawn in the case of normal with these two lines. Okay, as we have studied in the rules for the reflection, where the incident ray is coming, it is striking and it is being reflected back, and when we were constructing the normal, we are just constructing this normal perpendicular to the axis. Similarly, this is going to be the axis of reflection, and this line is going to be working as the normal for the incident and the reflected rays. Okay, so that is why the angle will remain same. Angle I and angle R will remain same, so it will be equal. Okay, so whatever the angle of incidence, the same will be the angle of reflection. So this is how the convex mirror is going to follow the rules to form the images. Now whatever the image means, how these images will be formed in the convex mirror, let's have a look. So the rays emerging from a point actually meet at another point after reflection, and that point is called the image of the first point. Now what does this line means? This line means that whenever the image is going to be formed, it is always formed where the two lines are going to intersect. Okay, so this is how the image is always formed. As I told you earlier also, in the case of mirror, in the last mirror which we studied, was that whenever the two rays are going to meet somewhere, the image is going to be formed at that particular place. So intersection of the image, intersection of the light rays is always going to give rise to the image which is being formed in that particular point. Okay, so the rays emerging from a point actually meets at another point after reflection, and at that point the angle of the first point is going to be formed. Means the whatever the image is going to be formed, it is always formed at the intersection point of the two light rays. Okay, now the image is real if the light converge to the point, and if it means the image is always real, means you can see the image when it is converging at a point. Okay, and it is virtual if the light rays do not meet but they appear to meet somewhere and it is being diverged from a point. Okay, so in the case of concave mirror, all the light rays were meeting at some point. Okay, so we saw that the image is being formed. Okay, but in the case of convex mirror, what will happen? It appears because as all the light rays are going to be immersed. So whenever the light rays are going to be immersed somewhere, it appears to come from focus, or it appears to come from center of curvature. So because of which what happens, because of which what is happening, it whenever it is appearing to come from the focus, or it appears to come from the center of curvature, there is no point of meeting the line in the real form. Means this side is real because this is means this is the front of the mirror, and back side of the mirror is always the virtual side. So it is, as it is appearing to come from this back side, it means there is the virtual image is always be formed. Okay, so this virtual image is always being formed at the back side of the mirror. So it, in the case of diverging lens, in the case of diverging mirror, the same thing is happening. So in the diverging mirror, the image will be formed somewhere at the back side of the mirror. We cannot see that image, we cannot see the line intersecting with each other. So it appears to meet somewhere in the virtual side at the back side of the mirror. Please remember. Okay, now next, during the image formation, we assume that the rays are parallax, that is the incident ray at the point close to the pole of the mirror and make small angle with the principal axis. Okay, for the convex mirror, we consider two position of the object before the mirrors. Okay, now in the case of concave mirror, there were number of places where we were keeping the objects, but in the case of convex mirror, only two places we will study, wherever there are two positions of the object where we will keep these objects and we are going to obtain the image. So the first these two places of the object where it is being placed, the position of the object will be either at infinity. So these are the places. Next, what will be, and it could be placed anywhere between infinity and poles, because we are going to form the same types of image when it is when the object is placed at infinity, or it is placed between infinity or poles. Okay, infinity and the pole of the mirror. Fine, so two places we will consider while making the image in the convex mirror. So the first place is at infinity. Okay, now for the formation of the image in the convex mirror, in this condition we consider two parallel rays to the principal axis. One is directed towards the pole, and another one is originating from the object. Okay, now these rays after reflection forms an angle at focus and the principal focus of the mirrors. Okay, now we are going to see the ray diagram which is being related with this convex mirror. The first ray diagram is going to tell you about the position of the object when it is at infinity. So this is the very first ray diagram which is related with the object which is placed at infinity. Now whenever the object is placed at infinity, infinity means it is very far away. Now what happens if the object is placed very far away? Okay, it is present at a distance, means it is at distant object. So this object is a distant object. Now suppose that the object is placed somewhere in this infinity. Okay, now once this infinity, when this object is placed there, and it is going to, the rays are going to come, so we will consider only the two rays which is coming from the object, not much, because when we are going to consider many rays which is coming from the object, this will create much more confusion. So to avoid such confusion where these rays are meeting and the ray which after reflection where it is going, so it will be very easy for you all to consider the image formation by the two rays which are coming only. Okay, so for the sake of convenience, we are using these two rays only for the drawing of the ray diagram. So ray diagram, I think I need not to say and discuss about these ray diagrams, as these diagrams are going to tell you about the way by which the rays are coming and striking, and after reflection what is happening to them. So when the object is kept at infinity, then what happens? As you could see here, the two rays are going to come. Okay, so the two rays are going to come. One is coming parallel to principal axis, and you know that as it is a diverging mirror, what happens to this light? This is going to be diverged actually, but as we need to draw the image, we need to extend this line in the back. Okay, so it was going to cut somewhere at focus. As I have told you, the rule says that when a light ray is parallel to principal axis, after reflection it appears to come from focus. Okay, it appears to go from focus actually. So here in the case of diverging lens, diverging mirror, it is going to be diverged actually, but it appears to go from focus when it is going to be extended backwards. Similarly, the second ray, what is happening to this second ray? So this second ray is also coming parallel to principal axis as the arrow is inside, and after reflection it will be diverged actually, but we have to draw the image, so we will extend this backwards. So as we are extending these two lines backwards, what will happen? It will be meeting at focus, means image will be formed at focus. Okay, so the image which is being formed at focus will be it is behind this mirror. Okay, so the image will be virtual. What kind of image will be formed? It will be virtual. And what else will be formed? It is erect. Yes, it is erect, it is virtual. Then why it is erect? As it is formed very diminished, we cannot see that image properly. So this is how this image will be formed. Okay, now if we are going to draw another diagram, there could be another diagram where another rule could be followed. Now if we take this, I'll just change the color so it will be very easy for you all. So here what happens when the ray of light is coming striking obliquely from somewhere? Okay, as it is coming striking obliquely, it is going to be reflected somewhere. Okay, and next what happens if it is coming from focus? Means it is coming from the another point, and it is going to strike at pole. Then what happens? So again it is going to be diverged at some angle, means it will be equal. So these two angles will be equal. Forget about the angles. Now we will draw the ray. We are going to extend these lines backwards. So while extending these lines backwards, what you are going to see? So when you are going to extend this backwards, it is going to meet somewhere here. Okay, and this line also will be extended backwards. As you could see here, the image is formed here, this side at focus. Okay, so this is going to form at focus, and you could see that it is actually at the upside of this principal axis, means it is the image which is being formed is always a erect image. It is an erect image, and it is very small as compared to the object. As object is at infinity, it means that it will be a very big object. That is why somewhere it is from where it is the light is going to come and strike, we never know. So infinity means the object is placed at a very at a very larger distance away from the main scenario. Okay, it is not present in the it is not present in the diagram. It is away from somewhere in the space. Okay, it is coming from the very far away. So this becomes the ray diagram for the image which is being formed in the convex mirror. So here we will see what kind of image, what is the position of the image. It is placed at the back side of the mirror. Okay, back of the mirror, and then it is behind the mirror. Okay, or backside, or you could write the correct word will be behind the mirror. You could write down like this, it will be behind mirror. Okay, so this will be behind the mirror. Okay, and what will be the size of the image? The size of the image is highly diminished. What is the nature of the image? It is virtual and erect. Okay, so these two are the nature of the image, which is virtual and erect, and it is very much easy, and it should be means you should always understand that what all things you have to write, and you have to explain this ray diagram, how it is being formed. So while explanation in writing the nature of the image, you have to remember three things. Yesterday also I told you that you have to remember three things. That is the position of the image, Okay, what is the position of the image, what is the size of the image, okay, and what is the nature of the image. So these three things you should always remember: position, size, and nature of the image formed by any kind of mirror or any kind of lens. So here in this case we discussed about the position is behind the mirror, the size is highly diminished, and the nature is always virtual and erect. Okay, so these three things you will always remember. Now we go into the next ray diagram, that is when the object is placed between infinity and pole, somewhere between infinity and pole. Now infinity means very far away and pole means here, you know, so somewhere in between infinity and pole we could consider here. Okay, now as you could see here, the focus and center of curvature is always virtual. Why it is virtual? Because this is a part of spherical mirror. So the spherical mirror is cut from this side. Okay, so it is going to form the focus and center of curvature will always remain here inside the sphere. So that is why we are not writing any of this center of the curvature or this focus here on the real side. So this is the real side which you could see from outside. That is why it is having a bulging surface for the reflection. So this reflecting surface is always bent outwards. Okay, so in this situation what happens? The image formation by the convex mirror, we consider two types of different rays emerging from the object. Now one is going parallel to principal axis and it is being and then the other one is being directed towards the center of curvature. Okay, as there could be any other, there could not be any other point from where the light rays could come. So here what happens, one of the ray we are considering, it is parallel to principal axis. In real what will happen, it is going to be diverged. Now what happens to a ray of light which is coming which is going to be directed towards the center of curvature? It will be coming back after the reflection. Now what happens when we are going to extend these backwards? As you could see the dotted line, so once we are extended these lines backwards, we will see that the image is formed that will be between pole and focus. So the image will be formed behind the mirror and it will be between pole and focus. So what kind of the position of the image will be? The position of the image is, after reflection, the image will be formed between pole and focus behind the mirror. So this is the position of the image. Then what is the size of the image? The size is highly diminished. As you could see that the object is such a big one and the image is always a smaller one. So it is diminished. And what kind of image it is? It is virtual and erect. Because you could not see properly, that is why it has drawn with a solid line, and but in the diagram it should be always drawn with the dotted lines. Okay, so please remember that you will always draw the virtual side will always be in the dotted line. So here the image will be also be formed in the dotted line, but it is always erect. So what is the position of the image? Please remember, position of the image is behind the mirror. Okay, and it is between pole and focus. What is the size of the image? Size is highly diminished. Okay, and the next thing is that what is virtual, and the nature is always virtual and erect. As you could see here, it is virtual and erect. Okay, so this is how we are going to form the images which is being formed by the convex mirror. Okay, next thing is that next we are going to discuss about the summary of this, means the summary of this image formation. As you could see here, it will be very easy for you all to learn and remember. So once you are revising these things, you know that how these images are being formed, and only two rays we are considering for the sake of convenience only. Please remember, you could take number of the ways by which, number of the rays by which you could draw the ray diagram, but for the sake of convenience you will take only two rays. Okay, and please draw the lines very neat and tidy, because if you are overlapping the lines, it is going to create a lots of problem and you will not be able to obtain the correct image formation. Okay, now if the position of the object is at infinity, you will always form the position will be of the image will always be behind the mirror. It is at focus and it is highly diminished and it is virtual and erect, the nature feature. Next, if the position of the image is between infinity and pole, as we discussed, only these two position of the object in the case of convex mirror. Now between infinity and pole of the mirror, the position of the image is between pole and focus, and it is always behind the mirror. Now the image will be obtained, the size of the image will be diminished, it is virtual and erect. Okay, so the nature will remain same. Why nature is going to remain same? As the image is always appearing, the rays are always appearing to come and to meet in the virtual side. Okay, so this was all about the image formation in the convex mirror. Next, what are the uses of this convex mirror? I hope you all might be knowing some of the uses here. I'll repeat the uses which will remain the same. So the uses of this convex mirror are: the first one, it is used in the vehicles for as rear view mirror. Now why this is used as rear view mirror? Because to see the traffic, as it is going to give a large area of reflection, it is going to give you a large area of view to view the objects. Okay, on the rear side means back side of the vehicle. Now next is, it is used as a device to check the thieves. It is going to check the thefts in the shops. Okay, so this is a very good thing which is used in the shops for catching the thieves. Why? Because it is going to give to you the large area of reflection. Okay, next thing is that the image is always formed erect. Please remember, whether the object is very far away or whether the object is very close, in these two conditions, in both the condition, the image is always formed erect. Okay, so what happens, that is why for having a larger area, for seeing a larger area of view, we are always using these convex mirror for the for obtaining the image of larger area. Okay, some more uses are here as we discussed, as it is used for wider view. For wider view, this we have discussed, it is used in the automobiles. Next, it is good security, because security people could monitor and store the single location. From single location, they could catch the various types of security devices. It could be cast in the security devices. Okay, next thing is that it is used in the roads to provide the safety to all the bikers and the drivers at the curves, means wherever there is lack of visibility, these mirrors are always being placed at those corners so that it is easier for the people to drive safely. Okay, next thing is that it is also used in the ATM. As it is handy security feature, it allows the user to see what is happening behind them, means wherever the ATM machines are there, so there these in front of these machines, the mirror is always being placed, as it gives the wider view. So this wide view wherever is there, so we are using these convex mirror for the future use. Okay, for the use in the wider views. That is why we use this in as a automobile rear view mirror. Okay, it is being highly useful for such an activities. Now we discussed about the so I think we have already seen these two topics which I told you that we are going to discuss this today. So with this we discussed the positions of the various positions of the object where it is being kept and the image is being obtained in the case of the convex mirror, means it is the mirror which is having the bulging side outwards, it is being bulged outwards, and we saw that the image which is being formed is always virtual and erect, whether the position of an object is at infinity or it is between infinity and pole. Okay, and next we saw the uses of these convex mirror in today's video. So that's all for today's video, children. I'll meet you all in the next video with the next topics to be discussed.